Hello and welcome to CRL Playoff Race 2. I am your host Harrison. With me in the booth is not Matt. Currently is Chris. Chris is having a little bit of mic issues, so for a little bit it's just going to be me. We're here at Sobo, South Boston. Favorite short track of mine. Great racing, and hopefully we'll see a good bit of it tonight. We have a lot of people who are changing up schemes tonight. For some reason my car's on the track, although I don't know why. I assume that's just a glitch. We have the 34 Brendan Timon trying out a Hooters Pontiac scheme. We have the 21 of Hunter Terpstra in his Canadian scheme as usual. Same thing for Ace, his usual 20 of Brady Floyd with a interesting paint scheme. I can't quite read that. Sponsor, but very interesting paint scheme. 60 of Jackson Derby, his normal paint scheme, and Bryn George as well in his normal paint scheme. A lot of interesting paint schemes. Fun race tonight. Hopefully it'll be a good time. We start the stream right with a minute to go to qualifying. Starting a little late tonight. I believe Chris should still be able to hear me. I think he's just having raw mic issues. So my picks tonight is going to be, I want to say Brendan Timon. I got a gut feeling about him. Also, I want to see that Hooters car in victory lane, because that's a very nice paint scheme. Yep. Sobo is, of course, a fourth of a mile track. Sort of fairly lightly banked. Hard on your tires. So the limited tire sets tonight is going to be rough on these drivers, and tire conservation is going to be key. That's just about it when it comes to the track itself. They should be starting qualifying any second now. Let's follow Brendan Timon around his qualifying lap if it happens. Actually, while we wait, I figured, why don't we go over last week's results? Hell, I'll pull them up on screen for you guys. I guess you get to see the Discord. There we go. So Jackson Derby won the race with Bryn George getting the pole position and leading the most laps. That was right. Oh, yep. So our plus and minus for that race, we have Casey Drake and Michael Rosero tied for 5th in the championship, with Tyler Tomasi, Brady Floyd, Ace, and George currently leading the championship for street stocks. All right, as qualifying hopefully starts. There we go. Gets people out on track. There we go. As we near Season 3, I'll go ahead and talk while Brendan Timon's doing his all up. As we near Season 3, or the second season we're going to be broadcasting, just start giving me, what's it called? Things I can do better on Season 3. Season 3, our ARCA series is going to be replaced with a truck series, of which I'm going to be participating in, and we'll have 2 other, most likely, maybe, we're figuring out the broadcasting. I'll be broadcasting street stocks, same as normal, but yeah, what can we do better? If it's graphics, give us some hints. I'm always down to listen. But as you can see, with Brendan Timon's laps, it's running low, and really straddling that yellow line at the bottom of your racetrack. Currently, Brady Floyd is your provincial pole sitter, although Bryn George is going to take his qualifying laps here. So everybody at home knows, if Chris does still have mic problems, this is probably going to be a bit of an informal screen because I'm going to have to be pulling up Discord. A little bit, well, I'm going to have to be pulling up Discord on the stream to get interviews, just so everybody at home knows. So, yeah, that's on. We'll figure it out. Bryn George, not quite good enough, although he does beat his teammate David Gibbs. Is anybody else on for qualifying laps? Hunter Terpstra slammed into the wall. Looks like he's just doing donuts, actually. I think he's just having fun. Ace and Jesse are both doing their out laps. They're on their second laps now. Neither of them set very competitive first laps, but he looked pretty quick in the little bits I saw him. He improves. He splits the Triple D Racing duo. How's Ace gonna do? Ace did not set a very good lap. It looks like he's slowing down. Herb's just having fun. Jackson Derby does not look like he's gonna be qualifying. So I do believe, unless Jackson Derby just starts shoving a rocket engine in and turbocharging it, I don't believe anybody's gonna take Brady Floyd's pole position. So Brady Floyd's leads or takes your pole position, I guess. He's still finishing up his qualifying. About a minute left, and if nobody does anything and the admins don't jump it, I do believe we're going to be staring at Ace doing laps for about a minute. Hopefully that'll give time for Chris to get his mic and such working. Ace going out on track gives us a bit of something to talk about, or at least talking to myself about. You know, consistency is key in this championship, especially because we're not quite doing it the same, not quite like the NASCAR playoffs this year, where it's effectively the playoffs, reset your point, and then it's consistency. It's nothing about race wins or anything like that. So somebody like Bryn, who won the last street stock race, if he can bring it home to a top 3 finish and then just survive the next race before we go into Phoenix, which is going to be our championship race, he has a good shot at the championship. Judging from last year at least, he was very strong at Phoenix as the drivers go to grid. So if he can just, get a top 3 or maybe just a consistent top 4 at both tracks, then he has a good shot at championship. Another person, of course, to be looking out for is good old Brendan Timon. Wait. Shoot. Are both Brendan Timon and Brady Floyd? I'll double check it later. But yeah, Brady Floyd, your pole sitter. Brendan Timon on his outside. That's the pace truck. The 35 of Zachary Thorin starts the second row. Ooh. With Bryn George on his outside. Gibbs is the outside of row 3 with Jesse Atkinson on his outside. Very small grid today. 21 of Hunter Terpstra. The 77 of Ace. The 60 of Jackson Derby round out the back of your grid. 110 laps here. That's going to go by really quick because each lap's 16 odd seconds. So, drivers trying to get a lot of warmth in their tires on these 2 out warm-up laps because tires in general mean everything here. Well, not everything, but still, they're very important here. Very tricky pit entrance as well, so you really don't want to mess that up. Alright, as we come around to green. Is this green? Yes. Wait. Yes, we are.
Green, green, green.
And they go fairly even start between the top two. 35 seems to be getting a bit of a head start on the 8. 20 obviously having a better line through turn 1, slots in front of the 34. Behind them, everybody seems to have slotted in. Oh no, the 88 and the 127 are still side by side. It is possible to run a middle lane here, but there isn't really long enough of a straight to get as much of an advantage as a place like Michigan or Kansas or something. But it is possible to hold the outside, as we can see with David Gibbs, although he doesn't. I think he's going to have to give up the position this time. He's seeing if he can slot in right behind Atkinson, although the 88 had a pretty strong recovery that corner. Very good racing between these two. Up front, nothing's changed between the top 4. Trying to find a better angle. There we go. Ooh. 127 gets a little loose off that corner. And 77 jumps around the outside. Let's see if he can take advantage of that. I don't like this camera angle. Where'd the 127 go? He's into the wall. It's not very many good camera angles I find here. Yeah, it does look like the 127 is damage. Although I could be wrong. Now the battle's between the 88 and the 77. Everybody in top 3 is still together. Although Zachary Thornton did just set a fastest lap of the race. They're just sort of hanging out. None of them are making moves on each other. Timon takes that fastest lap right back from Thornton. Yeah, it does look like these top 3 are splitting off, and Bryn is just here for points. Although if he can get any bonus points from the tire degradation, I don't know. I suspect Bryn is playing a different strategy. Maybe saving tires. Fuel's not going to be an issue, or it shouldn't be. My apologies. So I guess we'll see, but yeah, these top 3 have really branched out. In fact, they're already approaching their first back marker, Jackson Derby. It's a good almost second gap between Thornton and Bryn. Thornton again sets a quickest lap. I imagine Thornton's tires are dead. He's setting faster laps than these guys, but only marginally. And he does seem to be pushing it a lot, so if I had to place my money on who needs to pit first, it's currently Thornton. Judging by how fast his tires are going. Or I could be wrong. I'm often wrong, so. They approach their first back marker, just ahead of them. 60, who's going high, playing nice. There you go. They seem to be over clearing here. The 60 is actually going to hold him outside. Ooh, he held it. But he did give the 34 a heart attack, that's for sure. 35's also coming up. Also giving him a side door. It's giving him the side door. Sorry. Yeah. Alright. Oh, the leaders didn't seem to... well, they didn't change any position, that's for sure. Off of that back marker. But the next one of Hunter Terpstra is coming up right here. Hunter will play nice. No doubt about that. Well, speaking of Hunter, he is starting to put together a very decent-sized team. Being what I would definitely say the league's most popular driver currently. Everybody likes Hunter. I like Hunter. Oh, no, Hunter hits the wall. I had to jinx him. Well, there's one person that doesn't like Hunter, though, and that's Zachary Thornton. It's not too much. Now these two are battling for position right here. 60 smooth around the outside there. Bryn comes up to try to catch up to these two lappers. Although I don't believe anything's changed up front now. Brendan Timon's just hugging Brady Floyd's bumper, hoping that the lap car will either cause him a mistake or he does a mistake on his own. Although I don't think that's too likely, judging by Brady Floyd's, I don't think domination's quite the right word, but prowess in these cars. I doubt a mistake's going to happen. Oh, and he sends it up the inside and ends up spinning him. Oh, Thorne's going to say thank you, please, and sail to the lead. Is that going to be a caution? That is the question. It is not going to be a caution. 34 is right back on the 35's bumper. Brady Floyd is behind them both. Ran the lapper of Jackson Derby is trying to fight the lead lap. I don't know what's happening. Alright, that was... We'll double check that. I was hoping there was a caution so I could review that, but no can do. Alright, now it's the 35 versus the 34. I am wondering, and I'm hoping we can get a... Well, minimum, we'll have a caution in 25 laps for a competition caution. As if there's no caution in the first half, we throw a competition caution at the halfway point. If that does happen, I would like to review, see if that was Brady turning in on him, or was that just way too late on the brakes on Brendan's part. It could be either. It's a good thing that Brady's able to recover to third, but I do imagine he's very mad. And if he catches, oh, maybe Brendan will have a run up the inside here. See if they keep it clean. Brendan has the preferred line, but Thorne's going to have the drive. Thorne has just enough space where he could potentially throw a block. Brendan seemed to have backed out there, but Thorne could have dived down and blocked him, and then might have seen a second car spun, but doesn't know what's happening. Although these two battling, Brady Floyd is in the background, and I imagine he's very angry at this 34 that we're watching. Well, like I said earlier, Bryn George just sitting in fourth, collecting his points. That's what he wants. Doesn't seem like there's been any other movement in the field other than Jackson Derby and Hunter Terpstra, but we watched that. And then that initial first lap, unfortunateness for Jesse. These three, though, do seem to be in a class of their own, as Bryn is still 6.2 seconds back. Although David Gibbs is actually getting fairly close to his teammate, Bryn. I imagine they'll work together. If David's thinks he has the speed, he'll tell Bryn. If Bryn's playing tires, he'll probably back off anyway. Being teammates, they're talking to each other. They're not going to wreck each other. Although I will check over there if they get close. And that 20 is starting to get into the picture. As Matt would say, they are currently under a blanket, door to door, or bumper to bumper. What's interesting, what will hopefully be interesting here, is how the 20 is going to treat this 34 after 34 dumping them a few laps earlier. So, I guess we're going to see if they're going to play nice or not right now. They are. I think this is going to be interesting. Somebody's going to make a mistake. I'm willing to put money on it. This close together, somebody's going to make a mistake. And Brendan wants to get a car in between him and Brady. And so he's going to try to get around Zachary here. Brady wants to clear both of them, get his lead back. Thornton's just trying to hold on to the lead and hoping that they take each other out again. So A lot of things happening here. This is door-to-door racing right here. Nope. Thought Brady maybe got a nose under there. One interesting thing to note is, even though there is this yellow line, it is particularly through 1 and 2, somewhat, or sorry, 3 and 4, somewhat beneficial to run a little low. Lower than that, and Brady repays the favor from Brendan, although it takes both of them out. Why would there not be a caution thrown there? Where's the caution? Where is the caution? That's a 2-car wreck. Admins, if you're watching this, but where's the caution? Although there is this bit of a lapped car battle right here. Watch this. Well, anybody? Where's the... Although the 88 now, the 88 and the 8 and 3rd and 4th now because of Brady's dumping. Battling for position. They are fairly close together and there's nobody really near them, so I imagine they're not going to race each other too hard being teammates, although I could be wrong. Bryn is obviously in the playoffs, currently leading the championship playoffs. I do not believe Gibbs is, although I could be wrong, and I'll double check that. This will be interesting. I am questioning the admin's decision not to throw a caution there, as that was definitely 2-car, but I guess that's their decision. And now we're going to have to race around it. One thing is for sure, though, 20 is going to have some heated words, and I would not be surprised if there's a race suspension or at very least prohibition for both the drivers. This definitely is not helping either of their championship hopes, and it is just allowing Bryn to gain a championship lead, as Thorin isn't in the championship for this street stocks. Brendan is, but if he gets a penalty or anything for doing these for those incidents, then that could be a problem. Speaking of Brendan, here he is in his 34 Hooters car. Brady Floyd is finally pitting for damage. I think he was thinking that there's going to be a caution as well, which is why he stayed out. But he is pitting for damage and maybe tires, and hoping he's just going to be able to work his way back up. Thorin with a comfortable lead because of that incident behind him, with no lapped cars in sight. Though a bit of a lapped car battle here with Ace and Jesse. Ace hitting the back of Jesse. Jesse locking up his brakes. See if we can get some door-to-door action here. Ooh. Actually, Punter nearly just came up into Ace. Of course, the second we pan the camera to them, they backed off away from each other. See, the 88's backed away from Bryn. Either that or he's made a mistake. 34 is out on his own, 2 seconds behind, and about 6 seconds ahead. So he's nowhere near anybody. Thorn's checked out. So really, this is all we got to go. Give me a second. While we're watching these drivers, let's see if I can get get somebody in for an interview. Hi, you're gonna be able to see my Discord. Ooh, there's the yellow. What would that be for? Is that I am interested in what that would be for. Or is that for the earlier incident? They're just not getting to it. That is the question. Alright, well that's no, that's halfway. Never mind. That is the halfway caution for there being no caution in the first half. So 34, Brendan Timon lines up second. Bryn and David really have just been chipping away, are in the second row. Brady's gonna be furious. They're both pitting. First and second are pitting. Who's gonna stay out? 8's going in, the 88's going in, the 127's going in. He clips the wall on the entrance. Is Ace going in? Because if so, that means all the Ace went in. All the lead lap boys have pitted. Hunter winner getting his wave around for being lucky dog, and I imagine then he'll pit as well. Although he could just be sitting there because he does have a 3-lap gap on everyone else, or on people behind him, and if he doesn't pit, he'll be the leader, which could be some extra bonus points for him. Everybody having almost identical pit times, except for Ace, who had a much shorter pit time. I imagine he took one-side tires. Everybody else, give or take, about the same. That is such a sketchy pit exit, as Bryn nearly just clipped the wall. Actually, correction. I think Bryn took 2 sides. Everybody else took 1 side. Hunter just getting into the pits. That is interesting. What's the problem with... Oh, he didn't make it out. Oh, he didn't quite make it out ahead of that pace truck. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, there he goes. He got his wave around. But that does mean he's going to be in the back of the pack for this restart. He didn't quite get out in time. I think it was just a slower pit. Hunter is still in the pits, and they're 1 lap to green. Brendan Timon's your race leader after the pit stops with Ace on his... Nope, there's a delayed caution. I thought that'd be the case. Brendan Timon's your race leader with Ace on his outside. Zachary Thornton falling back to 3rd on that restart. There's the 20 trying to go around, although... God, that 20 is really annoyed. Even if he's probably not going to get top 3 because he's a lap down currently, but I would like to interview him at the end if that's possible. So your race leaders, Ace, Brendan, and Zachary Thornton are your top 3 come this restart. Here they go, and Brennan with a huge jump, 77 blocking the 88 on the back in the background. The 88 with a rough start because he couldn't get around the 77. The 8 of Bryn, despite starting in the back of the pack, already cleared Jesse. Jesse with another rough start off these restarts. See if the 88 is able to get around Ace. So everybody used 1 set of tires there. Everybody except for Jackson Derby, who... Did he leave? It's possible he left. Yeah, I do believe he left. So everybody pitted for tires. Is the 88 going to be able to send it here? Not quite. The 77 gives him space, though. It's going to compromise the set. Oh, it was the 35 spins ahead of him.
The yellow flag is out.
Ooh, okay, I'm going to be watching that one. So he disappears, reappears, disappears, reappears. Thornton, your internet. That's on his own, actually. Yeah, it's completely on his own, just in front of Ace. And he needed a tow for that as he was upside down. Alright. So now your race leader is Brendan Timon with David Gibbs and Bryn as in 2nd and 3rd. Jesse in 4th, and Ace in 5th. Ace needing to pit because he collected. He was the one that physically collected Thornton. Brady Floyd is back on the lead lap. He's going to be pissed, and he's going to be coming. It's going to be interesting to see if he can get through the field in remainder laps if there's no more cautions. Because as Matt likes to say, cautions breed cautions. So it'll be interesting here. Everybody, there's only 1 extra set of tires for these boys, so tire strategy's not going to apply much, and it's 100% fuel, so they don't need to worry about that either. I wonder what lane Brendan's going to pick. The outside or the inside. Last time he picked the inside. The inside is the better line. But maybe he thinks he's going to be able to get a better jump if he's able to split the 88 and his teammate behind him. And no, he doesn't. Never mind. Thought we were 1 to green. Alright, well, pit cycle-wise, Thornton's taking forever as he needed a tow. Brady went in. Yeah, Brady went in. So we'll see what he's doing. He just went in, though. So. Alright. Hunter went a lap down. Alright. And they are starting to line up with Brendan on the inside. This will split up the two Triple D racing pals with Jesse in 4th. Good recovery so far from a very rough start. I mean minus Brendan Timon, who's played anything but a long game. These top 4 have all been playing the long game, and it's starting to pay off for him. As the pace truck pulls in, and 34 gets a hell of a jump. The 88 slots in behind him. Let's see how the Jesse is able to clear Bryn, who had a rough start, as well as Ace, who's pushing on his bumper. The 20 trying to clear through the field. It's going to be a very interesting midfield battle here. Oh, the 8 gets a little bit sideways through. 4. So they're all bumper to bumper from 2nd to 5th. Actually, correction, 6th. Because Brady's also right there. This is very interesting as Brendan on Timon is able to check out a little bit. Ooh, that's contact in the back. Somebody just spun Ace, and I do believe it was a Mr. Brady Floyd, judging by who was behind him. God, both at this rate, Brendan Timon and Brady Floyd are both getting suspended. But I guess we're gonna see. Brady Floyd clears Bryn. Jesse is right up ahead of him. He's trying to clear the 88 of David Gibbs. It's for the battle for the 2nd. And if Brady comes in the picture, it'll become the battle of 3rd. We are starting to space out. The 88's mostly on his own. Thornton's 3 laps down. He's not contender. Terpstra's a lap down. He's not contender. He spun it. He's 10 seconds behind. There's your 3. And Brennan's way out ahead. Actually, not too far out ahead. He's only 2 seconds ahead of Gibbs here. So if these 3 start propelling each other and getting quicker, then might see a 4-way battle for the lead. And he is actually starting to close the gap a little bit. So scratch that. The gap just opened up. Oh, the 20 sends it under Jesse. 20's gonna have the preferred line here, although Jesse has the run. This is the side-by-side racing that Sobo is known for. 20 squeezing Jesse up at top, but Jesse's able to go around it. Come on. No. There goes Brady. He had the preferred line through that corner. Is Jesse going to try to get the switch back on him? I mean, Jesse, on one hand, you're battling him for position. On the other hand, we know that 20's fast. Really, you're battling Gibbs. And if you can just slot in behind the 20 and, you know, get past Gibbs when he gets past Gibbs, then that's probably the best move for Jesse. Although, entirely up to his own discretion. 20 sends it up the inside. That's his own doing. That's all on him. I don't think anybody's going to argue with that, although Jesse's taking full advantage of it. They're side by side. Bryn has also been able to catch up because of that. Oop. Gibbs blocked his teammate right there. I don't know what Brady expected there. You send in a late move from that far back, that's going to happen. Yeah, that's why you don't race dirty, kids. And that is basically... Oh! Are the teammates going to spin each other? Thornton's hoping they are, that's for sure. Teammates are side by side, with Thornton just behind the 8 as he blinks. Jesse's able to check out in second a little bit as there's a 3-way battle for third. Oh yeah, did I mention that we're 20 to go? Yeah, we're 20 to go. Laps tick by quick here. Any luck, this battle will be going to the line. These two are still side by side for 4 laps in a row. Although that does look like Gibbs. Yeah, Gibbs was able to clear him there. Is Thornton gonna allow? Yeah, and Thornton backs off enough for Bryn to be able to get back up. Alright, now is Gibbs going to be able to go chase down Jesse? That is the question. Because really that battle for second, if Brendan does get a... Oh, shoot. If Brendan does get a penalty, that battle for second then becomes the battle for the lead. It would be controversial for them to give a penalty for something that happened early in the race and not announce it. Usually that'd be a EOL penalty that you can settle in race. But, ooh, did Bryn get jumped? There we go. Yes, Bryn did get passed by the 35 there. Again, though, Bryn really does just need to sit back and let these guys spin. Like, Brendan Timon is the only person out of that out of the people in front of him. Brendan Timon is the only one that's a playoff driver. 35 is trying to send it under the 88. He's going to be able to make it stick. Not that time. Yeah, 'cause Gibbs isn't a playoff driver, and neither is Thor, and I don't think Jesse is. Jesse might be a playoff driver. I don't know. But I know Brendan is, and I know Gibbs isn't. So, anyway. So really, he just needs to sit there and make sure he doesn't get collected in a wreck if Thornton tries one of these late dives like he did there. That almost ended badly. I think Thornton barely touched his back bumper. God, all these late dives at Sobo. You guys need to get better at passing. I mean, on one hand, it's giving me views and this is an exciting race, but on the other hand, Jesus, that was late. Jesse is right there. They've been able to catch right up to him. This is the 4-way battle for the... Well, 3-way battle for second. Maybe Bryn's going to be able to pull up a little bit and make this a 4-way, but currently it's Thornton and Gibbs who have battled between each other as they've gotten closer to Jesse, and then Jesse who's sitting there. Ooh, see what I'm talking about? They keep sending it so late. That's a bump and run right there, which oddly appropriate for a Dale Earnhardt inspired paint scheme, but that's just dirty Thornton. I'm just stating it live on broadcast. I'm saying what I'm seeing, but all right, there. That's not gentlemanly. That's for sure. Gibbs is gonna be quick to return the favor. I have a feeling. Ten to go. Or that was 10 to go, correction. It's shaping up to be a good battle at the end. Thornton keeps blinking and he's the one I'm following with my camera, so that's quite annoying. Thornton locking up a little bit mid-corner. There we go, that's good. Jesse's still able to hold that gap, and let's look at the lap times before I say anything stupid. Yeah, they're all very close in lap times. Wait, Thornton's all 3 laps down. Wait, he's been doing all that and he's 3 laps down? He nearly wrecked Gibbs and he's 3 laps down. Okay, Thornton, what are you on to? Okay, Gibbs has a right to be racing Thornton as hard as he is right now, without a doubt. Thornton's 3 laps down and sent him move up the inside from a mile back. Alright, well in that case then, really this is Gibbs versus Jesse, with Bryn sitting in 4th still. Wait, Okay, because I'm sorry. I apologize to the viewers at home. Because I've been looking at a lap down car that is in the form of Thor, and I actually had the timing wrong. Now we're 10 to go. That's on me. My apologies. What is Thor? If Thor wrecks any of these guys, then I have imagined that they are going to be filing a protest as Thornton clips the bumper. Is he really going to give Jesse a bump and run when he's 3 laps down? That would be something. Oh my god, he went well below. Yeah, no, Thornton. What was that? That was so far down. You're 3 laps down. Well, Gibbs is going to take as much advantage of this as possible. Is he going to be able to? Sliding into the outside line here. A little bit of touch in there. I can guarantee you if any of these drivers are in the position to spin Thornton, he's going to get spun. With how he's been driving and the fact that he isn't actually racing them for position, he's in... They're not going to be happy, and guarantee that. In fact, I'm really glad I don't have voice chat on, or else we'd get demonetized very quickly, knowing some of these guys' language. But Thornton does seem to have been able to check out as these guys are having a 3-way battle for second place. Less than 5 to go. Bryn's giving Gibbs a bump and run. Bryn has just been saving back there. Now is his time. He needs to use up those tires. Oh my god. Hunting Terpstra just got shoved out of the way by 35 as well. Although, I'll double check that. I don't want to say anything that isn't true, but that's what it looked like from the corner of my screen. I'll battle for second right here, and Bryn's trying to pick up anything he can. Gibbs is just pumping that back bumper. And people at home who haven't played iRacing very much or don't know too much, actually we're 2 to go. This will be white flag as next time they come by. Not this corner, that's 3 and 4. People who haven't played iRacing, there's a lot of noise. Oh, as the 8 shoves it on the inside, we're white flag here. They're all battling. They want as many positions as possible. Going into 3 and 4 in the last time. Brendan Timon wins it by a mile. We don't need to worry about that. The battle for second is what's currently happening. The 88 sideways. The 88 and the 88 are slamming to the stores on the line. Jesus Christ. Jesse Atkinson second. Well done to him. The 88 comes home third. Bryn barely fourth. Brady Floyd is fifth. Jesus. Ace is sixth. Seventh is Terpstra. Eighth is Thornton. And then we have a do not finish for Jackson Derby. 34 doing his donuts. Jesus. Well, while the drivers finish their stuff. Wait a second. While they finish their donuts and stuff, and I get a good camera angle for the interviews. Let's see what they're doing in the Discord. Anybody in the waiting room? No? Alright. But for those viewers at home who have not played iRacing, there's a lot of noise and little taps like that. So Gibbs, when he was on Jesse's bumper, 1 or 2 of those might have been hard and Jesse felt it, but well, he definitely felt it, but it's a lot of noise. That is actually probably majority lag, most of those little bumps, although I could be wrong judging by the fact that Jesse and Gibbs are on opposite sides of the nation. So judging by that, that could be lag and such. So even though you heard a lot of beating and banging, that probably wasn't as bad as it heard and or it looked and sounded. That's the word I'm looking for. All right, well, if they are in the waiting room, well, we'll bring up Gibbs since he's third. Hey
Howdy.
Gibbs, it's Harrison in the booth as I'm all by myself. That was a hell of a bow to the line. Anything you gotta say about it?
Sorry, you cut out. What are you saying?
That was a what's me in the booth. That was a
Yeah.
bow to the line. Uh,
Yeah.
what do you have to say about it?
Well, I got a little insider info. Apparently, Jesse was kind of brake checking me a little bit, so that was slowing me up.
Mm-hmm.
That let Bren stay on my bumper, and eventually he just moved me up to the top line. But I think I'm pretty solid at the top there, so I was able to hold
Mm-hmm.
my own. Just a little bump, got him a little uneasy on the bottom. That let me get the third place.
All right. Yeah, I was noticing. I was actually just talking about it while I was waiting for everybody to get sort of settled in the waiting rooms and such. That you were bumping a little bit. I thought it was more a little bit of lag and just light bit of bump. But so he's braking, checking you mid corner.
That's what he said. Said he's tapping his brakes a little bit.
Hmm. I saw. I actually didn't realize Thornton was 3 laps down when he was doing it, but I
Yeah,
saw him do.
I'm not
Yeah, what?
I'm not too pleased with him. I'll have a little, owner to driver conversation about that, but I'll make sure he knows to try not to do that.
All right. Anything else you want to say about the race?
I mean, it was boring for about 80 laps, and the last 20 started to get interesting. That's about it.
All right. Who do you want to thank while you're in the booth?
Like to thank Mountain Dew, main sponsor. The car's powered by Mountain Dew. All flavors at once, kind of mixed in there. It's about
Mhm.
200 octane, so that's about it.
All right. Well, have a good night, and we look
All
forward to
right.
seeing you in the next race.
Yep.
Oh, Jesse's already in here, doing my job
Yeah.
for me. All right. Hi, Jesse. It's Harrison in the booth. How do you feel about that race?
Ooh, that was an interesting one, that's for sure. Obviously, he already talked about me brake checking him, so that was pretty good. What happened is once what's his name, Brady, he spun and then he checked up the 88, so I sent it on the outside,
Mm-hmm.
and I was pushing it as hard as I could so I could put as much space between us.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the final 15-10 laps, he was definitely catching me. I don't know what Thornton was doing, but yeah, that happened. I forced him to the inside. He went way below the yellow line. I don't even know
Mhm.
why he was racing us that hard.
I don't know either.
And then as soon as the 88 caught me, my tires were completely dead. And I just thought, maybe if I just brake check him a bit, that'd probably slow him up, which it did. Kept him behind me. But yeah, that was that.
All right. I'm not sure what your view was. I still need to sort of go back and check some of the replays between Brady Floyd and Brendan Timon's multiple incidents against each other. Did you see any of that? And if so, who do you think its fault was? Or
I mean, I can't remember that far because I have the memory of a goldfish, but all I remember is seeing the 20. I let him go on my inside since he's technically my team owner, but
Mhm.
I let him go on my inside because he was much faster than me. And I don't know what happened. Don't know if he tapped the 88 then just started spinning, or I don't know.
All right. Well, speaking of fish, is there anyone you want to thank this evening?
No, I don't really have many people to thank. Got obviously still my dad and mom for watching the interview. And then I guess Brady Floyd for slowing everybody up as well. That also helped me out a bit. And then it was just, I don't know, it was just an overall fun battle between the top three here, especially at the end.
Top 4, yeah. Because Brennan
Yeah,
just
top
checked
4.
out. But yeah, I get what you're saying. All right. Well, in that case, I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a good night.
Yep. See ya.
Is somebody doing my job? And is Brendan already in here? Yes, he is. All right. How you doing, Brendan? It's Harrison in the booth.
I'm fine.
All right. What do you have to say about that race?
Well, since this is my last race for CRL, better make it a good one
Mm-hmm.
because since my surgery got canceled on Thursday, now it's next Wednesday, so my final race for CRL. It was last tonight.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to make it with a bang, and guess I did.
Well, all right. I know you, Thornton, and Brady had a big battle right at the beginning. You got anything to say on that?
Oh yeah, we were definitely top three fastest, like hands down. The first time Brady got sideways, I think that was net code, because I didn't get any car contact, and Zach came up, and I just had nowhere to go. Absolutely, just nowhere to go. I tried to pass him, and he just got the big runs on the outside, and then when Brady caught back up, I don't know why he bumped me that hard because if he didn't, we probably still would have been battling with Zach. But when the flag came out, I knew I had to beat Zach. So when I took the four tires, no fuel, and the fast repair because I had damage because of that me and Brady incident, I just basically just got Zach out because I think he had a bad timing coming out of his pit stall. But that's why I just wanted to beat him out because if I beat him out, I knew I was going to have the advantage because I was. And if you see, I was actually faster than both of them, but that was just a draft.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very surprised that I came with a 6 second lead on probably half the track. But here's the thing: I was probably if I was in the championship points and I was not having surgery and I was in all the races, I would definitely be in the championship right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, who do you want to thank for this win tonight?
I gotta thank Supermax Racing, Casey Drake for giving me this opportunity. Hooters for a new sponsorship, and yeah, that's all.
All right. We look forward to seeing you hopefully
Mm-hmm.
halfway through next season. Good luck on
Yep.
your foot surgery, and have a good night.
Thank you.
And with that, this has been the second playoff race for CRL Street Stock Series. I'll post the points and how this affects the championship in the comments section after this. This is Harrison, and I think Chris is still in here with his broken mic. Signing off. Everybody else, have a good night.